Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's day is great. We going in. Okay. Screen set up. Damn. They all there. We're gonna go top to bottom. Well, bottom to top. I was about to charge in there with the wrong team. Whoops.
The campaign begins. Illusion shot! Receive my blessing.
Settle down!
Escape! Try and stop me!
Hadouken. Woohoo! Commissions are done. Commissions are done. Time to.
Ad
Yeah.
Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Sun bosses. Okay. Mm-hmm. Am I even able to do this yet? Do, 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 do.
Take them. I have no need.
Tainari's place. Tainari's place. Ah! Here it is! Sino! Sethos! Looks like the whole gang's here. Oh, and Layla's here too! But, oh, she doesn't look too good. Did something happen?
Is everything okay?
Ah, Paimon, Traveler. It's good to see you. I'd welcome you like a proper host, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Apologies.
No worries. This seems serious.
Ah, no need to look that worried. My observations indicate Miss Layla's condition has improved quite a bit. There's no danger to her mind. She's just fatigued and needs some rest. Excuse me for a moment while I blend some calming incense. I'll let you two explain the situation.
All right. What happened was, Sethos and a few members of the Temple of Silence rescued Layla, who was out in the desert trapped in a state of delirium.
She had to be rescued? Oh, that sounds bad.
That's all you're gonna say about it, Sino? I mean, we don't want people jumping to conclusions.
That's all I can say about it. The person involved is unable to explain what happened to her, so we're limited in what we know.
Sorry. My head. Still dizzy. The moons. The moons. Exactly how many are there?
The moon!
She's been repeating that phrase over and over again, but she can't seem to remember what happened to her.
We tried a few things back at the Temple of Silence, but we couldn't recover her memories. Her symptoms are kind of similar to researchers in the Satyavada life state. So we brought her to Tainari to see if our veteran forest watcher had any other ideas.
Tainari is pretty much our last option, so let's hope he can help.
The good news is, even if restoring her memory is a no-go, we can help with the headache at least. Jur was in a similar state when we found him, delirious and mumbling to himself, but he's more or less back to normal now. Sorry, I should Give you some context first, huh? We should let Miss Layla get some rest. Come with me, you two, and I'll introduce you to the other victim of this incident.
Good idea. I'll wait for Tainari here and keep an eye on our patient.
All right then, this way.
Who did the Ajalenok nut offend? I just don't get it.
Hey, Jer. Still musing about Aji nuts, huh? Want me to have Sino come over and tell some jokes? Might help distract you.
No. No need. I'm done. Oh dear. Another master of puns.
One of Sino's card buddies, actually.
I think I might just take that as my cue to head back to the desert.
Hold on. So, what's the deal with the Agilenok nuts? Other than the bad Sino jokes.
We'll get to that. But first, introductions are in order. This is Jer, a member of the Temple of Silence. And you remember the Traveler, right, Jer?
Of course. I'd never forget a participant in the Rite of Duels or the hero who saved Sumeru.
Awesome. Could you go over what happened to you one more time, Jer? Our valiant hero is gonna help us get to the bottom of this. Might as well join since you're here, am I right? Just hear him out. You're gonna want to uncover this mystery once you do. I'd bet on it.
Well, I was on an expedition in the desert not too long ago, when I got caught in some quicksand. Later, it became obvious it wasn't normal quicksand because instead of sinking to my death, I fell into an undiscovered ruin. In my panic, arms and legs flailing about, I suspect I touched some things I shouldn't have. Because in that brief moment, an enormous amount of information came surging into my mind. I would hesitate to even call it knowledge, because my brain had no capacity to process the information. To use an analogy, it would be like trying to stuff thousands of Agilenok nuts into a small water skin without it bursting. Sorry again with the Agilenok nuts, I know.
It's fine. We're getting to that part of the story anyway.
True. Well, just as I was on the verge of madness, a single phrase broke through the storm of thoughts in my head. It was a man's voice saying, "Don't eat Agilenok nuts."
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but that's what happened. I was saved by the phrase, "Don't eat Agilenok nuts." I'm not sure. I'm not even certain it was a man's voice. It's hard to remember now that I've been repeating it so much myself. Anyway, the good news is I no longer feel like my head is going to explode. Of course, the bad news is that phrase has been stuck in my head for the past few days.
Wow. But doesn't it have the opposite effect? Like, the more you say don't eat it, the more you want to eat it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Whoever the voice belongs to, I don't know what his deal is with those nuts.
Well, the world's a big place. There's bound to be people who don't like sweet stuff.
I suppose. Strangely enough, I'm starting to think the voice belonged not to a man, but a cat.
A cat? How?
That's the question, isn't it? What would a cat be doing in an abandoned ruin like that? Just as my mind was reaching its breaking point, I could have sworn I heard the sound of a cat guiding me to exit. But when I came to, all I saw was endless desert, and Sethos shaking me in a desperate attempt to wake me up.
I'll admit, it was pretty terrifying seeing you like that. Staring off into space and mumbling about Agilenok nuts.
You sure don't sound terrified.
Sorry. It's not that I don't care. It's just kind of hard for rambling about Agilenok nuts to sound menacing. Now, what Layla was saying, on the other hand, that is much creepier. Exactly. The unknown is what breeds fear. Agile knocknuts are familiar. But the moon, suspended above us at night? That's about as foreign as it gets.
Well, we don't know that for sure. There could be a whole other world inside an Agile knocknut, with a moon of its own.
Huh. I guess.
Agile knocknuts are not to be underestimated.
Right, yeah, of course. Won't catch me disparaging the mighty Agile knocknut. No, sir.
Huh. So, a similar thing happened to Layla then?
Yeah, I think so. I was in a hurry to rescue Jur, so I put a marker on the incident site so we could go back and investigate. When his condition stabilized, we doubled back around to check and... Exactly. Multiple victims with the same symptoms at the same location. It wasn't hard to conclude that something is seriously wrong with that place. So, after we got Layla out of there, I had the Temple of Silence put up a warning sign at the scene and send patrols to watch the area. Speaking of, Sino, Tainari, and I are going to head back there and investigate once Layla is stable. So, as per usual, you're here just in time. That's for sure. But there's another reason I want Sino and Tainari involved in this. Because the story doesn't end there. Right, Jer?
Oh, yes. Where was I? The Agile knocknuts butted in and I... Right. Yes, the cat. As I followed the cat noises, the voice said something else. So, there are those from Tula who still endure. I thought that was strange, of course, because, well, was the voice referring to me? Records of my ancestry are rather sparse, so I'm not sure if my bloodline even traces back to that place.
That's right. The Temple of Silence's place of origin. And the home of Tainari's people. Plus, Hermanubis, who Sino and I both share a connection to, was one of the city's founders. As the temple's current leader, if something strange happens in the desert, it's my job to get to the bottom of it. But it turns out, a lot of people have a horse in this race, and I'm not leaving any of them out. See? Knew you'd join. But yeah, that's all we know about Jur's situation. Tainari should be done on his end. Let's head back and check on Miss Layla.
How are you feeling? But don't speak if it's too taxing.
It's fine. I'm much better now, thanks. I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days, so pretty much back to normal.
Whoa. That's your normal?
Traveler, Paimon, I thought I heard your voices earlier. Oh, and, I'm sorry.
Huh? You don't have to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong.
No, I just mean, I think I'm about to disappoint you. My head was kinda muddled earlier, but I still heard your conversation. I know you're trying to figure out what happened to me, and I want to help. But, I really don't remember anything.
Does your head still hurt?
No, I feel fine. The incense you made helped a lot. I'm still hearing those words in my head, but other than that, I'm okay. It's just, all I remember are those words. Everything else is a total blank. One moment I was heading to the stargazing point I'd calculated, and the next, I was on my back in the
Alrighty.
sand. The same phrase playing over and over again in my mind. How many moons are there in the sky?
Sethos, did your friend Jur suffer from memory loss too?
Not really. His memories are blurry, but there aren't huge gaps like this. He remembers touching something. Someone talking, a voice mentioning Tuletula, and hearing a cat lead him to the exit.
A cat.
Did you hear it too?
Huh? Now that you mention it, I think so. It was so soft. I thought I was imagining things.
Which means, at the very least, what the two of you experienced while escaping the ruin is consistent. A single sentence repeating in your heads, and the faint sound of a cat.
Still not a lot to go off of.
Agreed.
Oh, is your head hurting again, Layla?
No, I was just thinking. Maybe my memories are blank because I was sleepwalking at the time. Sometimes, my friends and classmates tell me about things I don't remember doing, or places I don't remember going. I don't talk about it a lot because, well, I don't even know how it happened. But I don't want my personal circumstances clouding your judgment. So I, just wanted to mention that.
Ah, I see. Well, thank you for telling us. But I don't think we need to dwell on that for now. We're gonna check out the site of the incident for ourselves, so that should help us come to our own conclusions.
Okay. Then could I come too? I have to know what happened to me back there.
Sure, but on one condition. You need to be in tip-top shape before we head out. If your condition isn't stable enough before then, I'll have to figure out something else.
Of course. No problem.
Well, I'm more concerned about Tainari. You sure you'll be alright in the desert?
You say that like I'll evaporate on first contact with sand or something. Call it curiosity. If this concerns my ancestors, I want to figure out what's going on. Anyway, as long as I take things slow when the sun's out, I should be fine with the right preparation. Besides, it's a good idea to have a doctor on hand in case of emergencies.
So long as our doctor doesn't become the emergency.
Well, if that happens, I suppose I'll just have to rely on the kindness of my entourage to haul me back home.
All right, well, that all sounds good to me. Let's meet in 2 days like we agreed. Jer and I are gonna head back to the Temple of Silence to do some research in the meantime. See you in a couple days.
Sounds good.
What about you, Layla? If you feel like you need more rest, I can arrange a room for you to stay in.
No need. I've asked enough of you as it is. Besides, I feel a lot better. I should make it back to my dorm, no problem.
You sure? Don't push it too hard, or you might end up sleepwalking along the way.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I have other things I need to do anyway. Like letting my advisor and classmates know that I'm fine. Adjusting my stargazing schedule. Things like that. If I don't get it all done, I doubt I'll be able to sit still, let alone stay here and get some rest.
I'm not so sure that's... Ah, a much better idea. Thank you, Traveler. Of course, if anything starts to feel off, come back for a checkup right away.
You'd better listen to him, Layla, or he'll feed you tasteless slop as a punishment.
Punishment? You're the one who caught a cold. You're supposed to eat light when that happens. Besides, with your nose stuffed up like that, you couldn't taste anything to begin with.
Huh. Is that so? And here I thought it was an intestinal issue.
Should have seen that coming. You're off the clock, so now it's time for puns, huh?
Oh, brother, not this again.
Don't worry, Paimon. I understand. If you want me to stop, then
Then?
you'll have to call a plumber. Tell them someone's gotta pipe down.
This is getting more insufferable by the second! Put a sock in it already, please. Paimon's done with this game. You win, okay? Let's just get out of here. Please.
All right, you stay safe. I'll try to stay sane.
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. What's our next course of action? Acting
Angel.
Grand Sage Alhaitham.
Looks like you haven't read any
Come
memos
here,
lately.
kitty.
The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
He's the same as ever. Casually ignoring people just like he did back at Aru Village.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Excuse me, acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
No. I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Haha, I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of your caliber.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Ksharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Acting Sage Alhaitham? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage? What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise that this won't ever happen again.
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
What were the details of this transaction?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the case, it seems that this lead ends here. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No. He's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front. However, I am curious, what do you need him for exactly?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the Academia then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
Follow me.
Have I been in here and bought the recipes?
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Ugh, that means we're stuck. Oh, hey,
them. Are you serious about seeing things through? Iman's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Iman has no clue. Hey, do you know?
Yes. We were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
You couldn't be further from the truth, but I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic endeavors. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the academia. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we gotta stop him. Ilias, can you try to remember things again? Maybe something new will pop up.
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter how hard I try, it feels like everything in my mind is shrouded in a thick mist.
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done, I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try. But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember. Sorry, there's just so much I can't recall.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry, we'll help you get them all back.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more than just pain. I don't know how to describe it. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment. But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly paycheck.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there.
welcome to the home base of the Fieldwise Center. As you can see, the core projects are already up and running, so we can get to work at any time.
Bet, let's do it.
This feels like one of those places light novels talk about. You know, the adventuring hubs where rookies gather to take quests and stuff. Oh, and almost like a school festival at the same time, with everyone getting together to learn and then forming teams to hone their skills.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Well, this place isn't quite as decked out as a school festival, but Master Tainari said the Academia plans to be generous with the resources. Anyway, before students and researchers head out on dangerous field missions, they can come here for advice and emergency training. We even have professionals on staff that can join their teams to serve as guides or safety personnel.
Yeah, you can think of it like a forward operating base, equal parts theoretical training and field practice. We'll familiarize new recruits with potential challenges in the wild and take them through drills, so there's no reason to panic during the real thing.
Amber, you're here too?
Is the Outrider getting a new job responsibility?
Surprised? I know I was. I'm off duty right now, so I was planning to just drop in on Kali for a bit. But I didn't realize how busy she'd be. I'm not the type of person to sit around and watch, so I decided to be her assistant.
Sorry, Amber. I didn't mean to put you to work during your time off.
Don't worry about it. A little relaxation balanced out with some fulfilling work is a great vacation in my book. Plus, I've learned a whole bunch of stuff too. And I got to see the Traveler in Paimon again. I mean, it just keeps getting better. We should have a giant feast once we're done here. How does that sound?
A feast with the first friend we met in Sumeru, and the first friend we met on our whole journey. Oh, that sounds just about as awesome as a giant plate of sticky honey roast.
All right, down to business then. Kale and I are in charge of the Scouting Speedsters project. The focus is using devices and machines to pass through hazardous areas, survey terrain, and get details on potential threats.
Plus, Amorta research indicates that during dangerous situations, having the support of an adorable companion can help set adventurers' minds at ease and prevent excess nerves.
So, we took inspiration from Cullen Anba and Baron Bunny to create 2 scouting devices that are both adorable and useful. Cullen Anbot and Bar Drone Bunny. So far, feedback has been pretty positive.
Once we've collected enough data, the Academia will continue to refine the scouting buddies and release even more designs.
A bunch of Kulanambas and Baron Bunnies running around the wilderness? What is that gonna look like?
It's like a sight for sore eyes, no doubt.
Plus, with you to guide our 2 little scouts, we'll be able to obtain some great data. Once you have a more complete understanding of the Fieldwise Center, you should come test them out. Now come with me. I'll introduce you to the other consultants.
Oh yeah, the lady with the greenish-blue hair also has a super adorable device over there. But it does something completely different than our scouting buddies. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action.
Oh, hey! Another familiar face! Come on, let's go say hi!
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
It's really that popular. The internal locomotion mechanism is clever enough, and the execution on the terrain recognition,
It's
remote control,
frozen.
and weight detection modules isn't bad. But the appearance... it might as well be a doll for a child.
No, this won't do. Madam Farzan, great news! The Traveler and Paimon agreed to join! The Fieldwise Center just leveled up big time, huh? Hello, Madam Farzan! We're here to help! Well, look who the cat dragged in. Excellent job, Kale. Snagging 2 top experts with undeniable adventuring expertise. Now the League won't be able to say a word, no matter what kind of feedback I give. Now tell me, what do you think of this puzzle, pal?
Whoa! It looks just like you!
It's a collaboration between my juniors in the Haravatat Darshan, the Puzzlers League, and the Synopsium on Ruin Mechanisms. Clearly, the technological aspect is quite advanced. But the appearance... it couldn't be more childish. You should have seen Anise, defending this design choice with more passion than her thesis. Young people these days. Far too obsessed with making things cute.
Huh. Paimon kinda likes it. Kali and Amber were just saying how cute companions can help adventurers stay calm. With a doll that looks like you by her side, Paimon thinks she could go adventuring in a super dark ruin and not even get scared.
Well, that line of thinking does have merit. And I suppose choosing this particular appearance is a sign of their respect. For me. Still, there are adventurers who place greater emphasis on reliability and technical composition. People like that don't just want their devices to be able to survive an avalanche, but to look the part. And for their appearance to reflect the high-tech composition. The fluffiness of this puzzle pal, on the other hand, doesn't give the impression it would be a reliable or formidable device. The appearance may even be distracting. Now picture this. A thick metal casing, square in shape, with a matte finish and openings to showcase the complex technical composition. That would have much more visual impact. I'm the perfect example of this. I have a youthful appearance, and so people question me on occasion. If I had a head of white hair instead, things would be different.
Really? Then you want Paimon to talk to them? She has white hair.
What? No! That's not the same thing.
I didn't realize you had such strict views about this, Madam Farzan.
Huh? So, even you prefer this version? Well, if that's what you really think, then fine. You'll have to come back and test it out on some puzzles, Traveler.
Bet.
I'll rate your effectiveness in using the device and come up with a user manual based on your performance.
Okay.
As for improvements to its appearance, long-term observation is required, so I'll put that aside for now. I've already selected a few of the most suitable domains, so we can begin the puzzle-solving process at any time.
Thanks, Madam Farzan. I'm just gonna take the Traveler and Paimon to see the final project. But it shouldn't take long.
Don't worry, Kale. You're the one in charge here. Just make sure to pace yourself. Once things calm down, come over to see me and we'll have a nice chat. I'll even treat you to some snacks from back in my day.
Snacks! Paimon's in! Paimon's in! Thank you, Madam Farzan. I'll bring a few
Paimon.
boxes of floral
Come on
tea as
now.
well.
Go on now. Do me proud.
This last one is a long-term project we're calling the Security Division. Thanks to General Mahamatra Sino, we've been able to bring Dia on as the instructor and Candace as the coordinator. They're putting together a combat test right now, but they should be back soon.
Hey, looking for us? I guess we showed up right on cue then. Wait, the Traveler and Paimon are joining as well? That makes things a
Yeah, it's
whole
been
lot
a
easier.
while.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, everyone. But we managed to bring back some good intel.
Intel? Huh, this is starting to sound intense.
Of course. What better way to protect the students than to sweep through the desert and rid it of all potential dangers? Not a bad plan, right? You in?
Not the best time for jokes, Dia. Besides, when it comes to striking down danger, the Traveler is a man on a mission. He might take you up on that offer.
Defeating anything that might pose a threat? Ugh. Even if the Traveler worked non-stop, that could still take years. We'd have to stop traveling. Oh, Paimon doesn't even want to think about that.
Sorry.
Time would be the least of our problems. Some dangers aren't visible to the naked eye, like the scorpions burrowed underground, or the terrifying raptors sleeping in the trees. You can't get rid of them until they jump out to attack you. For situations like these, we'd have to combine Madame Farazan's recommendations with Amber's approach to scouting, calculating our chances of encountering enemies and our expected operation times.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pencils down, everyone. That was just a joke.
The Security Division's goal is a lot simpler, actually. We're just here to ensure that fieldwork teams include trained combat personnel. Some of this work has been entrusted to the Blazing Beasts and other mercenaries. But members of investigation teams who pass the combat test can also qualify. Before an investigation team is allowed to head into a dangerous area, the group must include at least 2 professionals who have passed the assessment. And Dia and I were just out collecting intel on the best place to hold the test.
We found a domain filled with monsters and bandits of all levels. Hopefully, they don't mind us borrowing their stomping ground for a bit. It'll only cost them a few smacks on the head.
Oh, so we just need to supervise, right?
That's right. Participant safety is our utmost priority. So we'll organize a group of capable personnel to take it in shifts.
We still need to figure out our testing metrics, though. Fighting is different from an actual exam, and there's no one right answer. Mercenaries like me, we all have our own style. That's not a problem in actual combat, but when it comes to teaching, we tend to stick too much to what we're used to. So, we need someone to give us a baseline. Someone who has the experience, but also takes a more flexible approach in combat.
That's my specialty. Leave it to me.
Yeah. Based on what you just described, the Traveler seems like the perfect person for the job.
Great. Working with you is always a pleasure, Traveler. Smooth as butter on a steak.
Don't forget about compensation for the Traveler in Paimon, Dia. You agreed without doing the math first.
Ah, it's fine. We'll just split the funds Kale wrangled for us, 20-80. 10 for me, 10 for you, 80 for the 2 of them.
Wait, we're getting 80%?
Don't sweat it. We're just in charge of the long-term operations. You're the one setting the metrics for the whole thing. So, I think we got the better end of the deal. We've talked about a partnership in the past, haven't we? Well then, consider this the perfect place to start.
Then I'll draw up a detailed overview of the compensation so it's clear for everyone.
That'd be great.
And don't worry, Miss Candace. About that piece of land you're leasing to the academia, the one used for grain storage, I managed to get them to agree to a 30% increase in their rent payment.
Oh, thank you. Those funds will go to fixing up some of the village facilities, which should make for a more comfortable experience when investigation teams stop there in the future.
I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. Okay, I'm back.
All right. We should finish up our arrangements for the combat test. Stop by our station when you're ready, Traveler.
See you soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
You sure are the beating heart of this operation, Kale. You brought the whole gang together.
Oh, no. I'm just doing what I can. I still have so much to learn, so much work to coordinate. But for now, let's just give it our all.
You bet! We'll make the Fieldwise Center the best it can be!
Okay.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to be friendly and cause them no harm. Water comes.
Woohoo! New record! Yeah, baby. Okay. Okay, so put you here. Let me put you there. No, that's not it. Again, because I don't like that time. One moment. Okay. Next to challenger. Let's go. I can double jump now. Let's go. Okay. Retry. I call bullcrap. Again. Woo!
Rev the engines! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Hey, ready to do some quality assurance on our test questions?
Wonderful. Just don't forget to pace yourself.
Yep, all you gotta do is defeat a certain number within the time limit. But hey, leave some for the trainees, okay?
stop me!
Forest, protect.
Try and stop me! Incinerate! Yeah! Light of the blazing sun! Rev the engines! Full throttle! Incinerate! Incinerate!
For the everlasting forest.
I see everything!
Incinerate! Pyroclastic surge!
Hold the line!
Overruled!
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humbled.
Fearless! This is where you fall.
Settle down. An oversight on my part. Bow your head. The tides beckon. Settle down. Be sanctified. Silence.
Rest and revamp!
Merciless! Into the void!
Settle down. Let the mighty be humbled.
Okay, everybody. I'm done playing for today. I need to see about getting better with my teams. So, I'm going to go back to Not Cry. And I will call it there. But I'm not telling you to go home. But you can't stay here any longer. Take care, everybody.